Let's say you have two copies of the same signal. If the two copies are aligned in time, they'll sum together, creating an increase in level. The reason for this being that all of the various frequencies will be aligned and therefore constructively interfere with each other. But if we delay one copy, the results will be much different. A given time delay will put some wavelengths out of phase, causing cancellation. It will put some wavelengths in phase, causing summation, like before, and it will create various other interactions at other frequencies. And all this creates an audible effect known as comb filtering. This isn't really modulation yet at this point, but we could use an LFO to modulate the delay over time. This is the foundational principle behind the flanger and chorus effects. This is where I want you to think less about strict definitions of each effect and instead grow a familiarity with the sound of each effect so you can identify the line between flanger and chorus for yourself. While there isn't a dedicated flanger or chorus effect from sound toys, we can use Echo Boy, a delay plugin, to create these effects. Let's start with the pseudo flange preset. The distinct swirling or whistling sound we hear is a result of the changing delay time. The frequency that sums together changes based on the delay time because different frequencies have different wavelengths. Notice how this effect was achieved within the preset. The echo time was set very, very low, and then that echo time is modulated by the wobble control. The wobble feature will vary the delay time based on the depth selected. The feedback control is also important for achieving this effect. With the feedback control turned up, there isn't just one delayed copy of the signal interacting with the original, but there are multiple repeats all interacting with one another. Let's compare this to the CE1 chorus preset with an Echo Boy. The swirling effect is more subtle here. You'll notice a longer echo time is being used, which shifts the frequencies affected by the comb filtering. And you'll also see that no feedback is used. But again, the wobble effect is essential here because that's what modulates the delay time. We're going to get back to the video in just a moment, but first I want to mention the Mixing Essentials course by Audio University, developed to help you harness 4 essential tools: EQ, compression, delay, and reverb. This course includes over 60 lessons, and it's not just theory. You'll see practical demonstrations for how to utilize these essential tools in your mixes. And if you should have any questions along the way, as a member, you'll have access to myself and the course instructor, Professor Gabe Herman, who's been mixing professionally and teaching students for over 20 years. To get instant access to the course, become an Audio University member by using the link below this video. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. All right, now back to the video. There's another variable, aside from just delay time, that we can hear modulating in both of these effects, and that's pitch. The original term flanger was coined because the effect was originally achieved by playing correlated signals on 2 tape machines and then slowing one tape machine down in relation to the other by applying pressure to the flange of the tape reel. When you slow down the tape speed, you create a pitch shift because you're widening the wavelengths and therefore decreasing the frequencies. And when the tape speeds back up, you're doing the opposite. The Echo Boy plugin behaves similarly when it's in time mode. If we switch to note mode, changing the echo time won't impact the pitch of the signal. However, in time mode, we do hear a pitch change when adjusting the delay time. However, in time mode, we do hear a pitch change when adjusting the delay time. However, in time mode, we do hear a pitch change when adjusting the delay time. When you combine all of these features, a delayed copy of the signal with modulated delay time and pitch, you end up with a very customizable chorus or flanger effect from an already very powerful delay plugin. On a more traditional chorus effect, such as this guitar pedal, we see some familiar controls. The effect level control is similar to the wet-dry control in Echo Boy. This balances the level of the original signal to the copied signal, and therefore controls how extreme the interactions will be. The EQ control on the pedal is just a tone control, but the rate and depth controls are similar to the rate and depth controls for the wobble in Echo Boy. There are definitions out there for the strict differences between chorus and flanger, but in my research, I found it's much more about the quality of the effect than the technique used to create it.